What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for the super quick video, and today we'll be talking about why is it possible to stay in the paint longer than it should, like more than 3 seconds, and pump fake a lot of times. This one here is basically the part 2 of my last video, so there will be lots of relations between the two. This one here is made possible by lots of comment requests, so just let me know in the comment section any recommendation for a topic, maybe it can lead to a video. So now let's get right into it. So first things first, I highly advise to watch the first video before watching this one, but if you can't be bothered, here's the quick summary. In there, I concluded that 3-second violation rule is more than just timing. It involves a lot of factors. For offensive players, your body language towards your intention of taking a shot can be a factor as well by the referee to call it. And for defensive players, how active you are on defense when you're inside the paint can be a factor as well. And in terms of time, based on my test, usually a clean 3-second call is around 4 to 4.5 seconds, and depending on some factors, it can even reach up to around 6 seconds. And by the way, these things here are real life rules. I know there could be some glitch on how 2K implemented all these rules, like for example, exceeding up to 6 seconds if you mix things up before the refs call it, but the thought of 3 seconds violation not just relating to timing, that is a real life rule. It just happens that 2K failed to make it really accurate. So now in this video, I'll try to give you more info on why sometimes player can stay in the paint longer than it should. This one here will be focused more on the glitchy parts. So after playing around with it, here are the things that I found out. And by the way, some of these info might not be 100% accurate because there could be some little difference between modes, but for sure these will give you ideas on what's really happening. First one, and I think one of the most important part, the relation between this line here and the feet of the player is not accurate. So don't take this line too seriously. I'll show you different scenarios. In here, you can see that Giannis only had 1 foot in and the other one's clearly outside, but then he was called for the violation. But in here, same thing, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's even deeper than the previous one, but he wasn't called for the violation. And to blow your mind for a bit, in here, obviously 2 feet in, and he wasn't called for the violation. Stayed there for a really long time. And in here, pretty much the same thing. Other foot is almost touching the line, got called for a violation. There could be lots of reasons why it is happening. I mean, there could be some random dead zones in there that the player touched resetting the timer. Or maybe the game doesn't really refer to the player's foot, maybe it's referring to the center of the actual player. That's why checking where the feet are doesn't really work. I don't know the exact reason behind it, but for sure we can really refer to the relation between this line here and the feet of the player. Next one more factor that could affect the glitchy call is when you fake, your feet starts to get twitchy. They're really moving around, so who knows, maybe it's touching some dead zones in there, making the 3-second count reset. So now for the main question, why some players can stay in the paint for a really long time and spam fakes waiting for someone to bite. Actually, I think there's no legit one answer. I think it's a combination of all these inconsistencies on how 2K implemented the 3-second rule. How can players just mix things up to mess up the logic on how the game can reset the 3-second timer? Plus how inconsistent these line here with all those dead zones? Plus the twitchiness of the offensive player's feet while doing pump fakes, that it might be touching some dead zones, resetting the timer, plus some other reasons can really add up, making the 3-second calls really glitchy. Again, the thought of 3 seconds violation, not just referring to the timer, is not just 2K's idea, it's actually a real life rule. It just happens that 2K failed to implement all these necessary elements to really have a solid rule. I think that's what's happening. So that's all for the video. If you guys like it, please smash that like button and please consider subscribing for more videos. And don't forget to drop by the channel for lots of other contents. And as always, stay safe and happy gaming, guys. Peace.